Hi everyone, long time no see. I hope you're all doing okay and at the very least being comfortable. But I pray that you're all feeling the best that you can feel today. Um, yeah, so I was going to actually make this video in June, but I woke up today and I thought, no, I feel like doing it today. So bear with me because I don't have anything scripted. But this video is very long overdue. Basically, last year in May, this time last year, I made a video on thiamine, vitamin B1. If I ever figure out how to put links, I will put a link to that video above. Don't bother watching it because I didn't have a microphone in those days, so you can hardly hear me. A lot of people commented knowing that vitamin B1 does help fatigue. A lot of people actually gave me some advice on why they think maybe mine didn't work for longer and all sorts of things. And also, this is just like an updated version. I made that video because my chronic fatigue stopped for about 2 months, I think. And I put it down to taking thiamine, vitamin B1. I'm just going to refer it to B1 in this video because I'll probably mention it a lot. I made that video, and so I'm just going to kind of repeat a few things that I said there for the people who couldn't hear me. Now, for some reason, in the last month, that video has become very popular, and I must have had maybe 80 views on it or something like that, maybe 100. But in the last month, it's gone up to nearly 4,000 views. Okay, I'm going to get into it. So, I was watching a video from Dr. Jin W. Sung. I follow him. I love his videos. They're quite educational about nutrition, biochemistry, all that kind of thing. And he had a video on vitamin B1, and he was talking about how it really helps with fatigue. And a lot of things help with fatigue, and that doesn't mean that they help with chronic fatigue. And even some things people claim helps with chronic fatigue, and in my experience, they haven't helped. I don't remember my thinking of why I thought maybe I should try vitamin B1. Maybe I wasn't having enough of it. I don't remember. And I just looked into it and I thought, I don't think it's going to help my chronic fatigue, but I would love to be, what I am always trying to do is be at my optimum health best. So make sure that all my vitamins and minerals are up there, that I'm being as healthy, the healthiest I can be. And I know that that doesn't mean that it's going to help my autoimmune or my fatigue, but I just want to be the healthiest I can be because I feel like maybe just there might be some little thing that might help. It might not cure anything, but maybe it'll just make me feel a little bit better. And I remember thinking that. I remember thinking, well, maybe it'll just make me feel a tiny bit better, even if it's like 0.5% better. Anything, like it all adds up. So I decided to Google it. And I really wasn't expecting what I read. As soon as I Googled it, and I was just looking for chronic fatigue, but this little article came up, and I'll try to find it and put a link below. And it said that they did a study, and people specifically who had autoimmune disease and chronic fatigue, the people who had chronic fatigue through autoimmune disease, vitamin B1 really helped them and actually got rid of their chronic fatigue, for some of them, within hours. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, of course I have to try this, right? So I started taking it. Oh, I should actually have one. I'll go get mine. I started taking it, and it was the brand Sjogren, because I know that brand is always like it's been around for a long time, and I know that I hope that they make good vitamins and minerals. And so I got Sjogren, and I only got 100 milligram. I think that's what I'm taking now. Anyway, so I took it, and honestly, I didn't change anything else, just taking that. And within a couple of weeks, oh yeah, and then some other research said it could take weeks, months, you know, apart from that one that said could be hours. So it took me a couple of weeks, and suddenly my fatigue went away. I had no chronic fatigue. You know, when you have chronic fatigue and you have that really heavy feeling on your body, and no matter what you do, that feeling is always there. And for me, who started having chronic fatigue only in 2021, so I'm 51, 2021, I guess I was 49. All my life, I've never had chronic fatigue, apart from maybe 1 week or something, and I didn't know what it was or whatever, but really consistently for months on end. So to not, I'd forgotten what it was like, and oh my God, I'm like, I just want to cry now thinking about it, because that feeling of not having that heaviness and just being my normal self again, oh, it was just amazing. So I just thought, oh, okay, well, in the past years when I have had it for a little bit and didn't know what it was, and it would go away after a couple of days. I think when it was really bad, they gave me high doses of steroids when they didn't know what I had. And that made it go away. So I just, and I was okay for a couple of years. So I just thought, oh wow, okay, that's what it is. So I had a really bad time for a couple of years, but this B1 has sorted me out, and hey, I'm back to my normal self. Let me go back and do all the things that I used to do. Now, I used to be a big walker. I would walk through the whole of London. I wouldn't bother. I'm claustrophobic, so I can't take the tube anyway. Buses are really my main form of transport, and I just like to walk though. So, and I love nature, so I like to walk in nature. But I'm trying to think about how much I'd walk. So if we think about steps, it was never below, on a normal day, it was never below 7,000 if I was just doing errands and stuff. Because I just like to go for a little walk around as well on top of that. And then maybe 10,000. And then if I went on holiday, or if I felt like going for a walk in the countryside or through the parks through London, I would go through Primrose Hill to Regent's Park to Hyde Park. So I could walk anything from 10,000 to 20,000 a day. Since my chronic fatigue, there are days where I can't even walk from my bed to the bathroom. I mean, I do, but it's hard. So anyway, I'm trying to explain that how I went from 0 to going back to doing all that. So one day I remember, so I was just doing everything normally, and one day I remember I went for a walk through the park. I walked from my home to Primrose Hill to then Regent's Park, and I had bumped into my ex, actually, who had a bad leg, and so we had to keep stopping for him. And I was just like, oh, I just want to keep going. And I'm so glad we had to keep stopping for him, because I did crash after that. And so like a couple of days after, I just felt it worse and worse, and basically my chronic fatigue came back. And then I went to my rheumatologist, and I had gone to them when my fatigue had gone, and they were just like, great, that's great. How did you do it? What happened? And I said, oh, I just, it seems like it was vitamin B1 that did it. And they're like, great, writing it down. Yeah, Raha's chronic fatigue has gone. She says that vitamin B1 worked for her. And that was it. They didn't say, oh yeah, we've heard that. Oh no, they just said, oh well, everybody's different. Oh, it worked for you. That's great. I'm so happy for you. Bye. Then the next time I had an appointment with rheumatology, I was back to having fatigue. And I said to her, it was so good with the vitamin B1. What happened? And she said, yeah, they have patients that they inject vitamin B1, and their chronic fatigue goes away, their fatigue goes away for a few months, and then it kind of levels, and then the fatigue comes back. And she said it was because they were missing that vitamin in their bodies. And I thought, okay, the vitamin B1 was just a fluke or whatever. So that was that. And I stopped taking it. I didn't bother. I think when it ran out, I'm on a tight budget, and that there are other things that I could be spending my money on. So I stopped. Then one of the messages I received in the last few months on that video, somebody said to me, everybody's really excited about that video, and they're like, oh wow, we really, really want to try this. And I would reply back to everybody saying, they say it works, but honestly, it worked for me only for a couple of months, and then it stopped. And somebody replied saying, that's okay, we've heard about that. And she recommended another YouTuber, which I will link below or above or wherever I can. And she said that he says that it takes time. I looked at his video, just one of his videos, and then I started researching other things. And I realized I may be complete. I mean, this is what I've heard, and you guys do your research, because there's so much out there, and you could probably learn even more than what I'm saying right now. But I realized that vitamin B1 can reduce your magnesium. And magnesium, I am a little bit deficient of anyway, for many reasons. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. And now we're going to go like a segue. If you've seen some of my other videos, I always go on about this magnesium bath. And I was taking this magnesium bath, and my fatigue would go for the day that I took the magnesium bath, and then it would come back again. And I realized that I just needed to up my magnesium, get it in my system, make the levels go up. So for me, magnesium was working. And then I thought, let me just do this properly. Also, I read that you have to also have all the other vitamin Bs as well at the same time. So now I'm taking B1, all the Bs in one, I forget what they're called, B complex. And I have to be honest, I'm not taking magnesium often enough, because when I take the tablets, it makes me sleepy and I don't like it. And I say I'm going to take it at night and I forget. But I take the baths once in a while. So really, if you want to try vitamin B1, do your research, watch that guy's videos, and take B1 with B complex and magnesium, and see how it goes. Now, I started doing this seriously about a month ago, and guess what? I'm not having any fatigue again. What's hilarious, what's really weird is that it was exactly the same time last year. So I don't know. So my conclusion on vitamin B1 is it works for some people. Also, I'm going to put a link to this one guy's video. Now, this guy whose name I can't remember, but I'll put the link. He did a recent video interviewing a young man who was in a terrible state. He put a picture of him before and after, and I think it was within 2 months for him. He looked like a different person. He had a lot of issues. I can't remember all of them. The one that sticks in my mind is the chronic fatigue, of course. But he went from being so thin, so frail, not being able to absorb food, not being able to move hardly. From such a bad situation to within 2 months, having his energy back, being able to take in the foods and going to the gym, lifting weights. I mean, incredible. So I put that. And this guy who is really like his whole channel is about vitamin B1. He says, and that's what this guy used, was something called T. Let me just make sure. And that's not what I use. I don't know. I just use normal vitamin B1. So that's the other thing. Maybe that is. So that guy gives you formulas. I'm not going to talk about it because you might as well watch him because he's the expert. I know I've got it wrong. What is the name? Okay, I just looked it up. It's TTFD. TTFD. And lastly, I just wanted to say that I said that my fatigue has gone. I haven't really felt fatigue for quite a while. I don't know if it's been a month or more. What happened was first I started feeling tired. And I realized, gosh, I'm so tired. I'm so tired all the time. I can't do anything. But then I realized, but it's not fatigue. You know, that feeling that you get all over your body. And I thought, that's interesting. Am I like maybe getting a little, like a level better than fatigue by being just tired all the time? And then in time, it's become that I have days where I'm not even tired. Yeah, for example, one day I went to an exhibition. Basically, I came home and I had done over 7,500 steps. I was exhausted and my muscles really hurt the next day because I'm not used to it. And I was fine, but I needed to rest the next day. But it wasn't like I had terrible fatigue. And I've taken it kind of easy since then. It's been a few days. And maybe I've had a bit of cold symptoms, and I'm not sure if that's fibromyalgia, if I really do have a cold. I definitely have allergies. I've had to stop this video so many times to sneeze. Anyway, I'm rambling. So yeah, so I am better. I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm really, really thankful for that. But I have to say, now it could be the B1 or it could be Plaquenil. Because today, let's see how many days I've been taking it. 63. Today is my 63rd day. 63 days of Plaquenil. And, you know, some places say that it could start working. I know some places say it takes 3 to 6 months. Some say it could take up to a year. But I'm wondering if maybe that's helping me. So what I'm going to do is I'm seeing the rheumatologist in June. I'm going to ask them for blood tests. When I get the blood test results, if I see there's a difference in my bloods, then I will let you know. And then it will be obvious if it is the Plaquenil that's helping me. And I'm going to do a whole video of hydroxychloroquine. Yeah, once I get those results, I'll do a whole video, you know, but I was wanting to give it more time so I could give a very full, proper picture of it. I will leave it there. I hope this video was helpful. I will, like I say, do videos infrequently, but I have some good ideas for filming and posting, so I hope you will stick around. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It will really help my channel. One of the reasons why I can't do many videos is because I have to concentrate on earning money in different ways, and I can't get tired by just doing videos, you know. So it would really help my channel and help me. The more subscribers I have, it can put my concentration into YouTube. So please subscribe if you can. Please like, comment, because the algorithm likes that. And if you know anybody who has chronic illness, fibromyalgia, Sjogren's, chronic fatigue, please recommend my video to them and spread the word around. And anything specific that you would like me to video for you, please let me know. It's bank holiday Monday here in the UK. It's off watching a good comedy, or that you are taking good advantage of just having a good rest. I think throughout most of this weekend, I have pretty much rested. I spent most of yesterday afternoon, I'm trying to think, I spent most of yesterday afternoon in bed, scrolling, doing things that I don't do that often. I just felt like was treating myself to just being online, looking at YouTube videos and Instagram and stuff. But then I ended up sleeping very late because of it. So I have promised myself not to be on the screen too much. All right, that's enough of that. I guess I'm rambling on because I've missed being on here. I forgot how much I enjoy it. Wishing you all a great day and a great week. I'm wishing you a pain-free and comfortable and happy and fulfilling and warm and loving week. And I am sending you all my love as well. Lots of love and a big hug, and speak to you soon. Bye.